Your moment has arrived. Today is a turning point in your life, a day when the universe has prepared something extraordinary for you. It is not mere coincidence that you are here, listening to these words at this very moment. Everything that has happened so far has led you to this point, and now the doors that once seemed impossible to open will begin to reveal themselves. 3 major barriers that have been holding you back will be removed, and in the coming hours, you will begin to sense this transformation. The universe is aligning in your favor, creating a powerful shift that will guide you toward the life you have always desired. But to fully embrace this change, you must stay present and listen to this message with an open heart. Too many people allow life-changing opportunities to slip through their fingers because of distraction or doubt. Do not let that happen to you. Today is a day of transformation, a day of awakening. If these words resonate with you, affirm it with confidence. I receive it. This reminds us of a profound lesson in Buddhist philosophy. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. The universe has always been guiding you, but only when your heart and mind are open will you truly recognize its signs. Just as the Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment and ignorance, so too do we often block our own blessings by clinging to fears and doubts. The path forward is clear. Surrender to the flow of life. Let go of limiting beliefs and trust that the universe knows exactly what it's doing. Imagine the story of Siddhartha Gautama, the man who became the Buddha. He was a prince who had everything, wealth, power, and luxury, but he still felt a deep emptiness within. It was only when he left his palace and embarked on a journey of self-discovery that he aligned with his true purpose. He let go of his attachments, trusted in the path ahead, and ultimately reached enlightenment. This is what the universe is calling you to do. Step out of your comfort zone, release what no longer serves you, and embrace the unknown with faith and courage. Belief is the key that unlocks the blessings waiting for you. The universe has seen your struggles, heard your deepest desires, and understands the battles you have faced. It is now orchestrating a shift to bring you the abundance and joy that you were always meant to experience. Often, amid hardships, we lose sight of the greater plan that is unfolding for us. But today, the energy surrounding you is shifting, guiding you toward a path of prosperity, fulfillment, and limitless possibilities. There is an old Zen story about a man who fell off a cliff and managed to grab onto a branch. As he hung there, he cried out for help. Suddenly, a voice from above said, "Let go." The man hesitated. Letting go meant certain death, or so he thought. He held on tightly, refusing to trust the voice. Eventually, his grip weakened and he fell, only to realize that the ground was just a few feet below him. How often do we refuse to trust in the process of life? How many blessings do we block because we are too afraid to let go? Belief is not about seeing. It is about knowing that the universe has your back, even when you cannot see the full picture. The Buddha once said, "With our thoughts, we make the world. If you believe in lack, you will attract lack. If you believe in abundance, abundance will find its way to you." When we shift our mindset from fear to faith, we allow the universe to work in our favor. It is not magic. It is alignment. It is the realization that what you seek is already seeking you. You are not alone. No matter how difficult the journey has been, you have always been supported and guided, even when you couldn't see it. Every moment of struggle was a stepping stone, preparing you for something greater than you can currently imagine. Miracles are already on their way. They are manifesting in your home, your relationships, your financial situation, and every other aspect of your life that needs renewal. Have faith, because what once seemed impossible is now within reach. The Buddha once told the story of the mustard seed. A grieving mother, Kisa Gotami, came to him carrying her lifeless child, pleading for a miracle. The Buddha told her he could help, but first she needed to bring him a mustard seed from a household that had never known loss. She searched far and wide, but every home she visited had experienced suffering. She returned to the Buddha, realizing that she was not alone in her pain. In that moment, she found peace, understanding that suffering unites all beings. Life's hardships often make us feel isolated, but they are part of the human experience. Everyone you meet has endured struggles, heartbreak, and uncertainty. But just as others have found their way through the storm, so too will you. The universe is not punishing you, It is preparing you. Every difficulty, every challenge, and every setback is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. You are part of something much greater than yourself. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, "We enter our." Our existence is deeply connected to the lives of others. When you feel lost, remember that there are unseen hands guiding you, forces greater than your understanding, leading you exactly where you need to be. The more you trust in this divine flow, the more peace you will find within yourself. Perhaps you are going through a season of uncertainty, feeling as if the challenges ahead are insurmountable. But even in the darkest night, the dawn will always come. Hope is like the steady flame of a candle. It flickers in the storm but never truly goes out. The Buddha once said, "No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again." Life does not stand still. Just as night turns to day, your circumstances are always shifting. There is a well-known Buddhist parable of a monk who was traveling through a dense forest when he stumbled upon a river. He was exhausted and unsure how to cross. He sat for a moment, watching the water flow. Then he gathered twigs and vines, building a small raft to help him cross to the other side. Once he reached the shore, he had a choice: carry the raft with him or leave it behind. The lesson? What helps us in one moment may not serve us in the next. You must be willing to let go of past burdens and trust that a new path will always unfold before you. And today, that light is shining brighter upon you, illuminating your path and signaling the beginning of a new era in your life. Whatever you are facing, know that transformation is happening, even if you cannot see it yet. This is a day of renewal. The doors of opportunity are swinging open, releasing blessings that will surpass anything you have previously experienced. Just as the lotus flower rises from the mud to bloom in the sunlight, so too can you emerge from difficulty stronger, wiser, and more radiant than before. The struggles you have faced have been your teachers, shaping your wisdom and resilience. The Buddha taught, just as a lotus blooms from the mud, so too can beauty arise from suffering. Every setback has prepared you for this transformation. Now is the time to step forward, free from the weight of the past, and embrace the limitless possibilities ahead. At this very moment, a powerful energy is manifesting around you, bringing clarity, peace, and the freedom to move forward without fear. You are being called to step into a new chapter, one where prosperity and abundance become a natural part of your existence. No matter how great the obstacles may seem, always remember that the power of the universe is far greater. There is a well-known story in Buddhism about a great river that seemed impossible to cross. Many who approached it saw only the raging currents, convinced they would be swept away. But the wise monks who lived nearby knew a truth that others could not see. The river was never meant to be feared. With patience, perseverance, and the right guidance, even the wildest waters could be crossed. Some built rafts, others found stepping stones, and a few even learned to swim. The lesson? No obstacle is absolute. It is only as limiting as our perception allows it to be. The Buddha once said, just as a rock does not budge in the storm, the wise remain unmoved by praise or blame. When faced with challenges, do not let fear consume you. Instead, trust in the greater forces at play. The struggles you encounter are not meant to break you. They are meant to shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Just as the lotus flower rises through the mud to bloom in the sunlight, so too can you transcend adversity and rise into your fullest potential. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." The same principle applies to your journey. Every setback, every hardship, every moment of doubt is not an ending, but a step towards something greater. If you persist, if you trust, if you continue moving forward, success is inevitable. So whatever you are facing today, know that it is temporary. The universe has placed this challenge in your path not as a punishment, but as preparation. The energy that created galaxies, that moves the tides, that sustains all of life, that same force flows within you. You are not separate from it. You are part of it. And because of that, there is nothing you cannot overcome. This transformation is not about temporary relief from struggles. It is about elevating your life to a new dimension. You were never meant to simply survive. You were meant to thrive, to live fully, to embrace the wealth of experiences that life has to offer. The universe is working to set you free from every burden, every fear, and every limitation that has been weighing you down. The Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This is a reminder that the journey to a higher level of consciousness, success, and fulfillment is an inward one. When you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from resistance to acceptance, you allow life to unfold in miraculous ways. Imagine a bird perched on a fragile branch. It does not fear the breaking of the branch because it trusts in its own wings. That is the kind of trust you must develop in your own life. Obstacles will come and go, but your ability to rise above them is eternal. You were born with wings. Now is the time to use them. Think of the great Zen proverb, "Leap and the net will appear." Sometimes growth requires a leap of faith. It requires stepping into the unknown with the certainty that you will land exactly where you need to be. Let go of doubt, step forward with confidence, and embrace the new dimension of life that is waiting for you. You might be asking yourself, how can my life change so drastically? The answer is simple. The energy of creation is limitless. It moves beyond human understanding, making the impossible possible. It brings light to the darkest places, restores what was once thought lost, and opens doors where none existed before. The only thing required of you is to believe, to open your heart and trust in the transformation that has already begun. Buddhism teaches us that the energy of creation is not something external, it is within us. The famous Lotus Sutra states, "All living beings have the Buddha nature and can attain enlightenment." This means that the same boundless energy that moves the universe also resides within you. Your ability to transform your life is already present. You only need to awaken to it. There is an ancient story about a monk who carried a heavy rock on his back for years, believing it to be sacred. One day a teacher asked him, "Why do you carry this burden?" The monk replied, "Because I believe it gives me strength." The teacher then said, "Strength does not come from burdens. It comes from letting go." At that moment, the monk dropped the rock and felt lighter than he ever had before. What burdens are you carrying today? What thoughts, fears, or doubts are weighing you down? The limitless energy of creation is always available to you, but you must make space for it. Just as a river flows freely when there are no barriers, your life will flow toward abundance when you remove the obstacles in your mind. The great Zen master Dogen once said, "Do not follow the past, do not seek the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." The energy of creation does not wait. It is happening right now. When you align with it, when you embrace the present and let go of fear, you step into a life of infinite possibilities. Doubt is the only thing that stands in your way. Release it. Trust that you are being guided toward abundance, success, and fulfillment. This is your moment of breakthrough. The universe desires your happiness, your peace, and your success. Even if you have felt lost, overwhelmed, or uncertain, know that you are always being guided toward your highest good. A wise Buddhist teaching states, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." If doubt is clouding your vision, it is only because you have not yet embraced the truth that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of greatness. The moment you release self-doubt, the doors of opportunity will open wide before you. There is an old Zen story of a master and his student. The student was eager to learn, but constantly doubted his own abilities. One day, the master gave him a cup and began to pour tea. The tea overflowed, spilling everywhere. The student exclaimed, "Master, the cup is full." The master smiled and said, "Just like this cup, your mind is full of doubt. Until you empty it, there is no room for new wisdom." When you let go of doubt, you create space for confidence, clarity, and success. The Buddha also taught that clinging to fear and uncertainty is like grasping a red-hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Every moment spent doubting yourself is a moment taken away from achieving your true potential. Trust in yourself. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and trust that the universe is leading you to a life of abundance and fulfillment. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. But within every struggle, there is an opportunity for growth. No journey is free from obstacles, but you are never alone. Strength will always be given to you when you need it most. When you feel weary, renewal will come. And when you feel lost, the path will be revealed to you. The Buddha once shared the story of a great storm that tore through a village. After the storm passed, only one tree remained standing, a bamboo tree. Unlike the rigid oak trees that had snapped under the force of the wind, the bamboo had bent with the storm and survived. The lesson? True strength is not about resistance, but about flexibility, adaptability, and resilience. Challenges are inevitable, but they are not meant to break you. They are meant to shape you. When life tests you, remember that each difficulty carries within it the seed of transformation. Every great teacher, from the Buddha to modern-day thought leaders, has faced adversity. Their wisdom was not born from ease, but from hardship. Strength is not about avoiding struggle. It is about facing it with courage, faith, and an open heart. There is a saying in Zen, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. No matter how many times you stumble, keep moving forward. The universe is always working in your favor, and your struggles are paving the way for something greater. Trust in the process, embrace the lessons, and know that strength is already within you. True happiness is not dependent on external circumstances or material possessions. It is found in the presence of peace, love, and purpose within you. The universe is guiding you, surrounding you with abundance, and filling your life with joy. You are not alone in this journey. Every experience, every hardship, every victory has been leading you to this moment. The Buddha once told a story of a man searching for happiness. He traveled far and wide, accumulating wealth, power, and status. Yet he always felt empty. One day he met a wise monk who told him, happiness is like a butterfly. Chase it, and it will always remain just out of reach. But if you sit still, it may gently land upon your shoulder. True contentment does not come from chasing external things, but from cultivating peace within. Many people spend their lives seeking happiness in material possessions, relationships, or achievements, only to realize that these things are fleeting. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. This means that joy is not something to be found outside of you. It is a state of being that arises when you are present, grateful, and accepting of life as it is. When you align with the truth that everything you need is already within you, you become unshakable. External events may change, challenges may arise, but your inner peace remains untouched. Like a mountain standing firm amidst a storm, your happiness does not waver with the winds of life. This is the power of true contentment, an unwavering peace that no external force can take away. Now, as this message comes to an end, understand that this is only the beginning. The universe has more in store for you than you can currently comprehend. Stay open, stay receptive, allow the energy of transformation to move through your life. Trust in the process, and you will witness the extraordinary changes that are already unfolding for you. There is an old Buddhist parable about a man who came to a great river. He had spent his entire life fearing water, never learning how to swim, but now his path forward required him to cross. A wise teacher told him, "You do not need to know how to swim to reach the other side. You only need to take the first step and trust that the river will carry you." Life is much the same. You do not need to have all the answers before moving forward. You only need to trust in the process. The journey you are on is endless, always unfolding in ways beyond your imagination. Every challenge, every moment of doubt, and every lesson is shaping you for something greater. Do not be afraid of what is ahead. The universe is not only guiding you, it is walking beside you. Embrace this new beginning with courage, faith, and an open heart. You are deeply loved, infinitely guided, and more powerful than you realize. This is your time. Embrace it. Step into the life that has always been meant for you. The universe is speaking to you. Listen, believe, and receive. The Buddha once said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Too often we look outside of ourselves for validation, forgetting that our greatest source of strength comes from within. The universe has been guiding you since the moment you took your first breath, whispering to you in every challenge, every lesson, and every moment of joy. There is a Zen proverb that says, when you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. You are not lost. You are not alone. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Trust in this journey because the love and guidance that surround you are infinite. Embrace your power and step forward with confidence, knowing that the universe is on your side. May this moment mark the beginning of something extraordinary in your life. And as you move forward, carry this truth with you. Abundance is your birthright, and everything you need is already on its way to you.